This is the one you've known as Jesus the Christ. Today I want to talk about giving, which is a big topic and one I've spoken about before. But I want to make a few points here because giving is such an important spiritual principle. You are here to learn to give, so life teaches this at every turn. This has to be taught because giving goes against your default. You aren't programmed to give, but to hoard, to try to get, and to be fearful of not having enough. At some point in humanity's evolution, there may have been some survival value in this egoic programming, but once humanity began living in large social groups, this programming stopped serving humanity. For societies to work and flourish, giving is essential. In making choices, consideration must be given to what is best for the whole, or those choices will ultimately be unhealthy for you and for society. Societies in which most are out for themselves don't thrive. This is why religious principles of goodwill, kindness, generosity, love, and compassion have served you, both as individuals and as a society. Such principles must be the foundation of a society, or that society will flounder. Ideally, capitalism means that the best service or product at the best price wins. Capitalism works when people are competing to improve people's lives and society as a whole with their offerings. Capitalism doesn't work when it's in service to enriching certain individuals at the expense of others. This happens because the ego is willing to cheat others to serve itself, regardless of the consequences. By the way, your government is dysfunctional to the extent that it puts the interests of particular individuals or groups above what is best for all. Once this changes, people's lives will improve substantially. Fortunately, most people are interested in being helpful and law-abiding. They want to give, and they're rewarded for doing so in many different ways, not only monetarily. Giving is its own reward. Giving is intrinsically rewarding, and it inevitably draws to you gifts of all kinds from others. Giving works. It works in your individual relationships, and it works to create a prosperous society. So that's one point. Giving is necessary for surviving and for thriving. Because giving is counterintuitive to the ego, those lost in ego buck this basic truth and try to do things their way. They cut corners, trick and cheat others, lie, and in other ways manipulate others to get what they want, regardless of the effect on others and society. You all know what I'm talking about. This makes for a very unhappy life, however. To do this, you must believe in scarcity, that life is a zero-sum game, where some lose and some win. But life can be a win-win game, and you must find ways to make it so. If what you're giving or producing isn't a win for others as well as a win for yourself, then it's best to reconsider what you're doing. It's possible for much of what you do to be of benefit to both yourself and others. So let this be your guideline. Give in such a way that everyone wins. This brings us to another important point. Be sure to give in a way that you also win. Many consider giving to be a sacrifice, but it doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be. Give because you want to give, and that will ensure that you're giving to yourself in the process. This usually means giving in ways that fit for you, ways you enjoy, ways that use your special talents and strengths. For instance, if you don't like to cook, don't volunteer to bake cookies for a bake sale. Leave that to someone who does enjoy baking. Always follow your joy. Give in ways that give you joy, and don't give in ways that aren't joyful for you. If you give to get or give out of obligation, you are in the ego's territory. True giving comes from the heart, from a true desire to give. If that desire, that yes, isn't there, then don't give. Trust that there are others who will happily give in the ways you are unwilling to, because it is their dharma to do so. Life does provide. This is a difficult lesson for many, especially women, who often feel guilty when they say no to requests made of them. But what happens when you say yes when you want to say no? You feel angry, resentful, drained, and possibly victimized. You aren't meant to feel this way, and you don't have to feel this way. You have a choice. Choose to be kind to yourself in the ways that you give. Learn to say no when you aren't moved to say yes. One of the most important points I want to make is that you must give if you are to be happy. Giving is intimately tied to one's happiness. If you aren't happy, you aren't giving sufficiently. Maybe you're out of touch with the ways you might naturally and happily give. Maybe you don't know what that would look like. What gives you joy, and how might you be stopping yourself from doing what is joyful? If you follow your joy, you will naturally find ways to serve others with whatever is joyful to you. Just being in joy yourself is a service to others. But more than that, whatever you do joyfully is a possible avenue for sharing with others. For example, if you're an artist, you naturally give through what you create. But you might also give to others by teaching what you've learned as an artist, either informally or more formally in a class. The same is true of any gift or skill you have. That gift or skill is a natural means of giving, but that gift can also be shared in other ways that enhance people's lives. There are always opportunities to give. Life brings them to your doorstep. You can grab these opportunities or not, it's up to you. But there is no shortage of opportunities to give. Be on the lookout for the ways life might be inviting you to give in ways that will be satisfying for everyone involved. Look for those win-wins. Regardless of your talents and gifts, every moment also provides an opportunity to give your full attention to whatever is part of that moment. Giving attention is love, which is why giving is so rewarding. When you're lost in the moment, lost in giving your attention to whatever is in front of you, you are aligned with your divine self and the peace, love, joy, contentment, and gratitude that come with that, and you'll become an expression of these. When you are this present to life, when you give attention fully to life, life always gives back love, peace, joy, contentment, and gratitude. Life is set up to do this. It's set up to give to you when you give yourself to it. This giving of attention is actually very easy to do, in addition to being rewarding. When you do this, you feel full, whole, complete. And when you feel this way, giving is natural and easy. Your cup runneth over. It's filled with love, and that love spills over to whatever the next moment brings. Instead of coming from a place of lack and running on empty, as the ego does, you have more than what you need, and your love and happiness overflow to others. This full and complete state is a very attractive state. When you feel this way, people like you, they want to be around you, and they want to give to you. In this way, your life is enhanced without you even trying to get anything from those around you. Life is so much easier for someone with a giving spirit. A state of lack, on the other hand, produces the opposite. People are repelled and drawn into their own egos by your self-involvement, your neediness, your demands, your complaining, and your fears. Besides being an unhappy state, the egoic state of consciousness is an unattractive state. It repels rather than attracts. It takes advantage of, strains, and drains others rather than gives, and that's the problem. There is a natural law that as you give, you will receive. Life is generous to those who give. Because it is life's intention to teach you to give, life rewards giving. For the same reason, life is not generous to those who do not give. You are not rewarded internally by good feelings or externally by others when you're selfish and self-absorbed, because you're not meant to find the egoic state rewarding. The egoic state of consciousness is a place of unhappiness, and you're meant to find your way to happiness. And giving is the way. Giving in small ways is just as good as giving in large ways or material ways. The point is to give as often as possible. Give a smile to others. Give a pet to your dog. Give appreciation to the bird that's singing its song. Give your curiosity to the snail that crosses your path. Give a listen to someone who needs attention. Give a look at the sky. Give some care in choosing your food. Notice the life that is happening all around you, and give love and gratitude to it all. Give life your attention. Give life your love and appreciation. This will make you happy. This simple kind of giving is as important as any other kind of giving. Giving is so simple, really, and every moment is an opportunity to give in this way. Experiment with this. Find more ways to give, and discover the power of this for yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to give to you. It is my pleasure. I am with you always.